The meeting of the finance ministers and central bank leaders of the G20 and officials from 8 guest nations opened Wednesday in São Paulo. The host, Brazil's finance minister Fernando Haddad, could not participate in person after testing positive for COVID-19 and delivered his opening address instead via video conference. Haddad said fighting poverty and inequality are at the core of what Brazil wants to discuss at the G20.
Ao mesmo tempo em que milhões saíram da pobreza,
at the same time that millions have been lifted out of poverty, especially in Asia, there's been a substantial increase in income and wealth inequality in various countries. We have reached an unsustainable situation where the richest 1% hold 43% of the world's financial assets and emit the same amount of carbon as the poorest 2/3 of humanity.
Speaking after Haddad, the president of Brazil's central bank, known for his more liberal economic views, spoke of the importance of monetary discipline to achieve long-term poverty reduction.
Against this backdrop, I remind that some macroeconomic policies underpin the environment where loans are prone to sustain and social gap short. The G20 has reiterated the need for well-calibrated monetary, fiscal, financial, and structural policies.
China is represented at the meeting by its Vice Minister of Finance, Liao Min, and the Deputy Governor of China's central bank, Lu Lei. Holding the presidency of the G20 this year, Brazil is tasked with defining the group's priorities for this cycle of discussions, which will end with the summit of heads of state in November in Rio de Janeiro. Wednesday, the officials here discussed Brazil's proposals, which, after approval, will be outlined in a communiqué at the close of meetings on Thursday.
Brazil is raising the need for the G20 to discuss progressive and equitable taxation, also from the perspective of individuals, of the super-rich.
I know this is not at the core of the discussions today, but did the global security concerns, particularly Ukraine and Gaza, made its way into the discussions today in any sense?
This topic did not come up clearly, but that does not prevent it from appearing in other discussions. It broadly appeared as a concern of the economic impacts on inequality that geopolitical conflicts can have.
The major concern for growth and for our economies today are the geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, in the Red Sea, and in Ukraine.
The high-level finance officials gathered here seem to largely agree on the need to fight poverty and inequality. The question is whether economic and global security realities will present unsurmountable obstacles to achieving such goals. Paulo Cabral, CGTN, São Paulo.